The crown of consciousness continues. We lived together for a long time with our kingdom family, and with the family of our palace. Time touches the body very slowly, and then the moment arrives to leave the body and take a new one. The crown of the family has been passed. A subtle shift is felt as child now becomes father. And father soon will become a child. Honored and honorable. It is a simple act of slipping from one costume to another. Elegant, with ease and grace. We are aware of each other's presence, always. A cocoon of love encircles us as we sit, prepared for this sweet transition. I see my father close the eyes of his costume and gently slip out. A new body awaits in the mother's womb nearby for his sweet arrival. Feelings of love and togetherness continue when we see each other again.
वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
बाबा मेरा साथी है, सर्वशक्तिमान साथी है। क्या बारी बनोगे? छोटी सी गलती कर देते हो, मेरी जिम्मेवारी समझते हो ना, तो माता बारी हो। तो ब्राह्मण जीवन ही है, नाचो गाओ मौज करो। ये सेवा चाहे कर्मणा चाहे वाचा, ये सेवा भी एक खेल है। सेवा कोई और चीज नहीं, खेल है। कोई दिमाग के खेल होते हैं और कोई हल्के खेल होते हैं, लेकिन है तो खेलना। दिमाग के खेल में दिमाग भारी होता है क्या? होता है। तो ये सब खेल करते हो, काम नहीं करते हो, खेल करते हो। चाहे कितना भी बड़ा सोचने का काम हो, अटेंशन देने का काम हो, लेकिन मास्टर सर्वशक्तिमान आत्मा के लिए सब खेल ऐसे ऐसे है कि दौरा करते करते थक जाते। मेजॉरिटी तक बनते हो, लेकिन कभी कभी दौरे थक जाते। यही योग का प्रयोग सर्व खजानों को, चाहे समय चाहे संकल्प, चाहे ज्ञान का खजाना, वह इस तौल तन भी अगर योग के प्रयोग के रीति से प्रयोग करो तो हर खजाना बढ़ता रहे। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti. Avyak signals. In order to pass in the final test, increase the power to discern. Your promise is, we belong to one, we belong to one, and will remain as one. We will follow the dictates of one. Always let this be firm. The more stable you remain in the Avyak stage, the more easily you will be able to discern Maya and keep yourself safe. By staying in the Avyak stage, you will experience spirituality in your every action. You will experience supersensuous joy through all your physical senses. Spirituality and uniqueness will be visible on your face. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 29. Creating heaven inside ourselves. The silence of Satyug. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Okay, everyone is okay. Yes, happy to see each one of you okay. Yes, it's truly, Baba said that every word of Baba is worth multi-millions. Not only Baba teaches us not to waste, but also how to use it in worthwhile way. Keeping Baba as companion, when you use all your treasures, treasure of thought, treasure of time, wealth, knowledge, it multiplies. Your treasures become more and more full. It's so beautiful. So, also in power to discern, Baba saying, while doing everything, consider as you are playing a game. And also tireless. Physically, yes, if we are overdoing, sometimes body gets tired, but internally, sometimes we get tired also. And then we either slow down or sometimes we kind of stop doing it. No. Baba says, no, continue to play and create the sanskars of tiredness. One of the natural sanskar in golden age will be the understanding of that soul is immortal and body is mortal. So when body is mortal, it must go through different age in one body, but also is change of body. But everything will be so natural. You know? Now we know that it's a child, then adult, and then old age, and then, but these days also we keep the body or want the body to continue until quite long time. But in golden age, it will be naturally at the right time. So leaves the body, no hospital, no vent, nothing external. No. They don't keep bodies on external support now because of attachment to the bodies. But in golden age, it will be very natural. I always think that Baba and even Mama, we know that Mama's body was not well. But then in the end, she was in Madhuban, she was next to Baba, she was listening to Murli, she distributed grapes the last day. It was so beautiful that way, if we see. Because there was a time doctors will tell no other medicine can help. Let the soul live as long as the body can continue. And I still remember that until last day, uh, as I said, Mama was like, there were about 300 Baba's children. She gave grapes. First time we had grapes in the wine in Madhuban yard. So Baba said Mama should give. That's why when we offer Mama's bhog, we always offer grapes, green grapes. She gave, were very sweet. And they were sent to all the centers. They made packets. And I remember I was in Delhi. I didn't come knowing that Mama could leave body any day because Adi Gulzar, all main teachers from Delhi were there. So Dadi all-rounder said to me that, why don't you stay with us? I said, okay, I will stay and offer bhog and whatever has to be done for Mama. So that's why I was not there, but I was there a few days before. And Mama's face was sparkling, even her body was lot in the pain. So I'm just giving example that how in golden age, every change, every age of the life will be very healthy, very loving and living. Not that body is forced to survive or to live. So the awareness of what we have today, awareness of being immortal, awareness of change of the body, birth and death, all that awareness in soul consciousness in golden age will have different feeling. But also this thing of one clan, one lifestyle is very beautiful because even now in godly family, we have this feeling of belonging, of sharing, and that closeness. Here we are still attentive that there shouldn't be body consciousness. But in golden age, because it's natural soul consciousness, so it will be beautiful feeling of belonging, one clan. And it's so nice to see that how everyone is so near to each other. And here we live here, we don't know our neighbors, right? But that won't happen in golden age. Children will come out and play together. Parents will be seeing each other, but not like here, right? Especially I know in our area, we don't know anyone, and people will say good morning or hello, not that also everyone, but in golden age, it's like Dadi Prakashmani, she used to sit in the courtyard and say good morning to everyone. Anyone who passed Dadi will say good morning. This closeness in relationship and belonging, I think will be very natural in golden age. And also I like about the silence of golden ages. We will not have much to talk. Our dictionary will be very small. All the music of birds and air and leaves and water will be our naturally soothing to the life, soothing into body. And I also like this point of now even we are pulled towards silence, right? But golden age, I don't know, we won't have much to talk about, right? Here we still have something to talk about, and also it's kind of passing time because you can't be just quiet. So we talk about different things and create joy in a different way through conversations. But in golden age, it will be, everything will be, people will talk, but won't have like just sit and chat for a long time. Mm. And, Brahma Baba at 5 in the afternoon used to come out of room, and that little room now is closed, where we take off shoes, was like open, very beautiful sky. And so there will be a cot and Baba will sit, sometimes lie down. Because of his age, he won't sit that long. But how natural, we just look at Brahma Baba's life, that how naturally he lived and naturally left in a very beautiful way. And all the time Baba keeps saying, tomorrow I will be like this, looking at picture of Sri Krishna every time. And that was so real. If we looked at Baba's face, it was not old. The smile and the sparkle and the expression was like a little child, a beautiful divine child like Sri Krishna. So we have living example. We have to follow it and not follow just as knowledge, but also in our lifestyle, in our actions, and let's be the companion of Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti.
Nice to see you.
It's
This is, yeah, it's really, I'm enjoying it so much, really. It's our last night, and Bhumi has said I can go a little bit longer. So I have 3 questions and a final thing as well to say. So I listened to the Hindi as you were, but the English version of the Hindi Murli. And you said such beautiful things about like the sitar, the strings of the sitar pull the strings of the heart, and you were connecting the music, a more golden age of music, to our hearts. It was very beautiful. And as you've just said, the silence in Satyug will be very natural for us. And I think it's probably connected to that commentary we heard about transitioning from one costume to another, because when there's noise in our hearts, in our minds, and in our bodies, it's difficult to just slip out of them. So that silence will actually help us to slip from one costume to another so easily. And I'm wondering what you thought of that commentary, like when you think about transitioning in the golden age from one costume to the next, will there be a ceremony? Will there be other people around? How do you think that will happen?
Well, there should be people to say goodbye and to welcome, no?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are leaving, generally, not in India, they will kind of invite all their children, grandchildren, any friends to just come, because they know that I am leaving to say goodbye to them. Because when we are now Baba's children, it's different, but in Lokik way, all the, even doctors say, inform your family that these are the last days or last moments. So everyone come. And there is more sorrow or attachment. But also when Brahma Baba left body, you will be surprised, because we felt that he's very quiet. Since few days, he's very quiet, and he's trying to do whatever he has to do, write all the letters and sign some of, people wanted some approvals. He did everything. The Museum of Abu was his last approval to buy that property. And so what happens that there were about 10, 12 of them. After Murli evening class finished, they all walked with Baba to his room. So they all were around Baba, and then Baba gave his hand in Dadi Prakash Mani's hand, and he left body. So I think we can see there was a goodbye, there was welcome also. So this, but as I said, this whole consciousness of two things. One is immortality of soul and mortality of body. But second is, the Baba gives example that when the snake has new skin, old is shed off automatically. I really like that because uh, that means it's so naturally coming out of body because there is already new. Right now we say, oh, where I will go, where I will be born, what will happen to me. Some thoughts could come. But if we have this thought that I will be going to Baba and then I will go as Brahma Baba, always had that thought, I will become little Krishna. I'm going to be child tomorrow. And we could see that from his face, the smile and beauty and childlike, not old man. He never had this awareness that I am old man. Once he was sitting on the floor on a cushion to meet. So when he wanted to get up, I wanted to give him hand, and he whispered in my ears, "You looking at me as old man?" So I said, no, no. But I still wanted to kind of give him support, but he didn't need it support until end. No stick. He just walked on his own in a very natural way. So he didn't have awareness of old age. But also, yes, this body has to go. So I will be becoming Sri Krishna. So Baba also has given us aim, no, what we have to become. And just keep that in mind. If not Krishna, Krishna's royal family, just that thought should be there, I think. So it will be very lovely and beautiful, in a very light way. The transition will happen.
Are you beginning to feel more childlike?
Yes, in a way, because we keep our intellect light, more connected with Baba, and seeing that what people need these days is not something serious. They just want to feel love, belonging, joy of life, our lightness. So that's real service at this time also, and also need of the family. So fulfilling that need definitely keep you free. Definitely yoga and awake stage, but that's not something serious. That happens naturally when we are following Srimad and doing keep our dharana studies. So that avyakti stage naturally emerges. And so, yeah, old and young, old and new.
You're aware that the costume is old, but inside you're feeling younger,
Beginning, the
lighter.
beginning. Body for body's end, for the soul is the beginning.
Exactly.
Especially thinking of, Paramdham, thinking of golden age. And yeah, I think that we have to emerge that more and more. Yeah.
You said earlier this evening that understanding and experience are connected. And I'm wondering, in relation to this whole month, us talking about the golden age for a month and more, what for you is the key right now, the kind of key understanding and experience that are coming together that is pulling you to Satyug?
Yeah, like I am experiencing that, I am being pulled more into silence. That could be a awake stage, but also there is very natural love for all the souls also. And everyone feels like belonging. Everyone feels like, we are all same, we are all together. And so I was connecting because I feel this silence of golden age, one clan and one family is emerging more and more. So one is emerging, then I understand because that's how it will be in golden age. And sometimes I understand, then I try to experiment. So they both are connected. So certain things I'm experiencing and I'm connecting with golden age, and some things I'm understanding and then putting into like see how it experiences. Like one point from power to discern, I like very much is experience super sensitive joy while doing using sense organs, which is something new for me because generally super sensitive joy is going beyond,
Mhm.
and now using your sense organs but still experiencing joy, to see everything as game, everything as if you are playing a game. So that's in golden age, or whenever Baba says just singing, dancing is tapasya. So that
Mhm.
inner lightness, I think, will help the family and also outside world. Recently, we had call of time, and everyone said we are so heavy, issues and problems, and how it will happen. And within 2, 3 days, when they left, everyone was laughing and joyful and very, very light. So I think that what is pulling us, and then what we understand and we create in ourselves, or allow that to emerge also.
It sounds like if I understand accurately, you're having a realization or a thought that you understand in that moment is actually a golden aged one. And so then you bring it here and now and experiment with it and
Right,
experience. Oh, that's
right.
lovely. So the future state is you're experiencing it now. And oh, that's lovely. Okay. So we're talking about our family here. What is Mama doing right now? And does she have to wait 10 years to be born? And after Brahma Baba is born, what happens in these next years of setting up for the golden age?
Well, I can't say that far, but when I offered Bhog for Mama, Baba said, you all don't think where she is, what is her age, what's she doing, but she's connected with Yagya at this time. Because like all the founders of different religions sustain that religion. Same
Mhm.
as Baba and Mama, they have to sustain the Yagya because they were the ones who were originally the creator of Yagya. So Baba, we know, is in subtle regions. Mama, wherever she is, but she is very connected with Yagya, right? And now because the transition will happen of Krishna and Radha, right? Because
Mhm.
that's what your point is,
Mhm.
that internally, whatever is her stage at this time will also be, yeah, I have to be Radha, or future. Yeah, it's not 10 years difference, it's 1 or 2 years difference mostly. Because here in Copper Age, Iron Age, there is vast difference of age. And because of that, one leaves body, then another is left alone, then
Mhm.
single parent. But in Golden Age, they both will be leaving body also very closely. That's why one time Baba said, no one will come widow. So
Right.
that will be beautiful. And it does happen here also. Recently, I had some friends and they left body within 2, 3 days. So that's how it will happen. So there
Hmm.
won't be much age difference and they will not be separate for a long time. Their transition will happen in a very, very natural way. And of course, next birth, they will have different relationships, not same.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't figure that all out, how they leave. And that, but I don't try anymore. I feel okay about not understanding it all in detail. It's like a math problem. I can't figure out if they're 175 but so it doesn't really matter actually. But that's news. I didn't know that they'd be so close together, and that absolutely explains why Baba says there will be no widows, because I remember him saying that and thinking, but they're 10 years apart. How but they're not. So that's that's
Yeah.
that's good news. That's good.
Even now, like in India, not everywhere, when they have to marry, they match the age.
Mhm.
Maximum difference they want to see is 1 year.
Mhm.
But these days, like husbands are 10-year-old because the marriages are different. But originally, when the marriages were arranged, they wanted to make sure there's not vast difference when they leave body, you know. So they marry in such a way that they live together and they live together, you know, very short difference. That even now they match the age in India. There are a lot of things in India they still do, but we don't understand the significance. But now, because we are talking of that, I am thinking why they look at the age of the marriage, you know, so that one is not left alone for a long time.
Yeah, and then we see the gap expand over the Iron Age, but it wasn't like that to start.
Yeah, but also they find it difficult. People live together for 50 years and then they are alone.
Mhm.
And I know that it's hard for them. So that
Very much.
suffering won't be there. Anyways, it's not world of sorrow because there is no attachment, but also in realistic also things are more in harmony. So not like here.
I've often thought as a Brahmin, it was always a surprise to me that we took leave and we did such a good job of saying goodbye all the time. And I was the kind of person that would just leave, and so I've been trained over the years. And at one point, I remember feeling how beautiful it is that we do this. We say goodbye properly. And it made me think for half the cycle, we just left abruptly. We just left each other. We died. Many things happen. It's like we're having to make up for all those births that we abandoned each other and, do it properly to get ready for the golden age where it will be beautiful like that. And we will see.
Janki always used to say, in every time you go, the way she gives Toli everything. And one day I told her, I take tomorrow. She said, who has seen tomorrow? And it's true, sometimes we may not see tomorrow. So why not make best of today, whether living together or going somewhere, but do it properly,
It's very beautiful.
I tell everyone that, we don't know how long we are. So live with love, live with harmony, sharing, joyful, because we don't know whether physically going or even otherwise going somewhere else. So we have to have this kind of feelings of being together, until last moment.
And it's a rule of thumb as a Brahmin, take the toli always, whenever it's offered, right? We're good at that. Okay, my last question, and it's about, I think Rupali's going to show a slide. This is about the Golden Drops, Mohini Didi, and this beautiful global initiative for Baba. And it's a way for us to continue thinking about the beautiful world that is coming. And for those who don't know about it, I'm sure many have heard about it already. It's been going for a month now, but I'd really love your words of wisdom for this. And maybe just a quick explanation in case those have not heard. It's really an initiative to engage hearts and minds of our families and friends of humanity around the world in consciously creating a beautiful world. So we know our friends and family of humanity who are not studying with Baba, who are not in this knowledge right now. They're mostly stressed and anxious and depressed. But we know that underneath those sanskaras are memories of a beautiful world, because their first birth, their next birth, will be a beautiful world. So we're not using BK jargon, we're using language of the common people, universal language, but just inspiring images of beauty. So by shining a light on beauty, consciously creating a beautiful world. So there you go. Thank you, Rupali Ben. So that's a global initiative of the Brahma Kumaris to engage hearts and minds and consciously creating a beautiful world. And we're doing this together with India. First time we've had such a global initiative shared like that. And if you can share so if you can subscribe, share the next slide. Yeah. For those of you who do these things on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, to follow that, we're making it a social media campaign so that a lot of energy can flow. Not a lot of people go to websites anymore. And so this allows, certainly for the younger generation, even the middle-aged crowd, are on these platforms, and even some of us older ones are on these platforms. So subscribe to these, take a snapshot if you can, follow them, and then you will see all the beautiful things. And I think we're going to show Charlie's now to end the evening. I was going to ask Mohini Didi to give a couple of words of wisdom about this, but we can wait for her to come back. And is that okay that we watch Charlie now? Rupali Ben, if we have the time. It was the golden drop that was shared with the world today, and it's 3 minutes, and it's Brother Charlie talking about the importance of doing this.
We live in such an extraordinary world. Around 8 billion human beings. And some researchers tell us that each one of us emanates around 70,000 thought patterns in a waking day. It's almost like we're creating this collective thought soup. When I tap into my true self, my original self, my spiritual essence, it begins to tap into the inner silence that is stored within me. This inner silence is a vibration and energy that heals, that nurtures, that restores and creates. When my light of self-awareness is switched on, I know who I am. Automatically I start to radiate a different frequency, a frequency of silence. And it's this vibration that starts to change the thought soup in the world. It starts to influence me. It begins to reach the material world and influence the material world. It reaches and influences our environment. It reaches and influences others. So why not offer your golden drop? Just as our collective thoughts have created the atmosphere in the world now, our collective thoughts of this silence, this pure energy, will begin to create a new world. Why not join us and add your drop of silence to create the world we all have in our hearts?
So any words, I guess, from you, just good wishes for the initiative.
It's so beautiful, even just listening about golden drop and just a beautiful smile. Your heart is smiling, your face, your eyes, and share with everyone that smile of the future, which will be golden, pure, peaceful, loveful. Just hold this, creating consciously by holding in your thoughts and in your vision the humanity, the world, the universe, full of love, harmony between humans and the nature, and just loveful feelings for each other. My good wishes and pure feelings. And I definitely will actively participate and encourage others also to participate in consciously creating the new world, happy world, golden aged world. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Didi. We will get a golden drop from you very soon, okay? All right. Thank you.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
It's
Beautiful
really
month. Yeah.
beautiful month. I think I see you tomorrow night for closure, but I really
Yes.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Thank
think
you.
I
Good
think
night.
it's homework. Good night, Didi. I think it's homework time for tomorrow, or we're not calling it homework, golden practice time. So the silence of Satyug is the theme, and tomorrow we will practice the golden aged sanskara of being awake and beautiful to all my family members. So we'll hear that in the Murli tomorrow. Om Shanti. Good night.
Om Shanti. That was very beautiful, Sister Judy. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And yes, we all will participate. So everyone, ready? Yes, our crew is ready, pilots and air hostess. So welcome to Awake the Journey, Madhuban, the forest of honey, where heaven begins.
propagating her message of love, peace and amity. Asmani, in brief, has been a source of enlightenment, inspiration and solace to suffering humanity. Mohanlal Sukhadia University feels proud in joining scores of other organizations which have felt honored by honoring her. Pray that you be pleased to confer upon Rajyogini Brahma Kumari Prakashmani the degree of Doctor of Literature on this causa.
And the authority vested in me as Chancellor of this university.
बड़ा कर आपका अच्छा लगा ना, अच्छा लगा कर अपना तो अभी भी आते रहना। तुमको सुन कम सुन, बहुत अच्छा।
Om Shanti. Yes, that was a wonderful trip and training center. There's so many wings there and lot to learn there. So thank you, Avekti pilots and Avekti air hostess. We had a very good flight and we will keep coming. Thank you. So just to remind, tomorrow is Thursday and we'll be offering book tomorrow. And also 5 to 6 we'll be having Sakar English Muli. And from tomorrow we have our couples retreat starting. So I'm sure everyone made your travel planned, and if not, you're planning to join through Zoom. Om Shanti. Now let's remember Baba and let's take Drishti from Didi.
Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. Good night. Om Shanti.